Today's movie kicks off with our hero, Raju, who's in prison. He's finished his sentence. 7 years have passed since he was locked up, and he's getting out tomorrow. The officer sees him laughing and tells him it's the first time he's seen him smile in 7 years. Raju says it's because he's finally going to see his sister, Sona. The officer says it's weird that no one visited him the whole time, so Raju tells him his story. When he was a kid, his father married another woman and threw them out. His mother took them on a train, not knowing where they were going. Grief took over her, and unfortunately, she died of a broken heart. Our guy didn't know what to do, but the station manager decided to stand by him. He stayed with him until he took his mother and buried her in their land. But a man appeared and told them to move the grave because the land was his. The deceased had taken a loan from him against the land and died before paying it back. He wanted to remove the grave and take his money, but the station manager told him the son would pay the money, and if he couldn't, the manager would pay it himself. He gave our guy a chance to work. Indeed, he started working as a child to care for his little sister and pay off the debts. Over time, he managed to pay it all back. He looked after his sister, but unfortunately her horse died. She was crying and sad, so her brother made her a clay horse so she wouldn't be upset. He managed to get her into school, where she worked hard and became like a sister to everyone. Years pass and they grow up. She's heading to her university by train with her friends. Some guys are looking for girls to harass, so Raju boards the train to stop them. Unfortunately for them, they picked the wrong girl and bothered Sona in front of her brother, who started pounding them all and gave them the beating of their lives. After that, he takes his sister home. A priest comes to offer a young man who wants to marry his sister. The guy is rich and lives abroad. Raju gets annoyed and refuses the offer because he wants a good person living in India to marry his sister so she stays close and he can be reassured about her. Even though there are many guys, we go to Australia to our second hero, who was at the beach. His father calls him to return home. We learn they are from a very rich family in Australia. We leave them and go back to India, where Ria's father calls his sister to invite her to his daughter's engagement. She looks annoyed. It seems she wanted this engagement for her son. She tells her brother she hoped the groom is from a rich family. He says he wouldn't miss something like that, and the guy is from a family that fits theirs. She hangs up and tells her son to get ready because they're traveling to India. At the same time, Ria goes to invite Raju and his sister to her wedding. Since they are very close friends, she asks Raju if Sona can stay with her at the house before the wedding. He says he hasn't let her go anywhere alone since she was born, but he feels she'll be sad, so he agrees to let her spend the days before the wedding with her friend. Ram arrives in India, not used to the culture. He enters kissing everyone because that's normal in Australia, but here there are customs he doesn't know. He goes up to Sona and hugs her, thinking she's Ria, his cousin. She tells him he's crazy and she's just a friend. He says sorry, no problem. He hugs Ria when she arrives. It's clear he's attracted to Sona and tries to get close to her, but she fights with him. She goes to talk to Ria's mother, saying this guy is spoiled and doesn't understand manners, and surely his mother didn't raise him well. His mother overhears her and gets very angry, and Sona leaves quickly. Afterward, we see Ria's father receiving his friend Prakash, who was a minister before. He introduces him to his sister, who loves rich people, and also to his daughter, Dolly. They plan to marry Dolly to Ram. Ram is dancing and singing, and she's hitting on him, and he doesn't say no, as usual. After the party, he's returning to his room, but finds Sona there. She tells him this is her room and not to enter again. He tries to bother her and grabs her clay horse, playing with it. Since it's a gift from her brother, she's very attached to it and would be devastated if it broke. She takes it from him and calms down. He says he understands everything now, that she loves him, and that's why she doesn't want to fight. He says if she were really annoyed, she would have hit him to make him stay away. Later, she's hanging the laundry and finds his jacket. She acts like she hates it, while he's standing far away watching everything. He goes to talk to her. At that moment, he hears Dolly coming, so he hides quickly. Sona exposes him and leaves him stuck with her. We learn Dolly has her eye on him because he's rich and she wants to travel with him. After they sit together, she tells them she's also rich like him. They ask Sona what she has. She says a house in a small village and a cow. But the thing she's truly rich with is her brother. Everyone applauds her because she has self-respect. Ram admires her more and more. At night, Ria's engagement party starts. He's looking for the most beautiful girl at the party, and it's Sona. When she enters, she catches his eye and he's happy. But he finds her dress is open from the back, so he keeps walking behind her so no one sees. Then he sends her friend to help her. When she's done and changes the whole dress, she goes back to him. She's happy with his chivalry and tells him he's funny. He doesn't need an invitation and starts dancing and singing, lighting up the wedding. Dolly tries to get close, but his eye is on Sona. At that moment, a strange person enters the party, approaches Rhea, threatens her, and leaves. It's clear her face changed and sadness took over. Sona sees this. She and Ram go to understand what happened. Rhea tells them this was her friend in college, and on his birthday, he made her drink alcohol until she wasn't conscious. He exploited the opportunity, got close to her, and filmed her. To this day, he blackmails her with this video. Ram decides to act to get the video. He and Sona go to the guy's house. They keep searching until he finds the tablet with the video. They take it, but as they're leaving, the house dog finds them and chases them. They hide in the bathroom. After long thinking, they manage to get out and lock the dog inside. The mission is over and they succeeded, but unfortunately the guy is waiting for them outside with a gun. Ram quickly manages to take it from him. Ram hits him with it and marks him so he doesn't play with girls again. He goes back to Rhea and gives her the tablet so she can delete it, and he doesn't threaten her again. She thanks him for standing by her. Sona feels he's a good person and tells him from today they are friends and there's no enmity between them. He's very happy and agrees to be friends. The next day, they all play together. He's focused on her, and Dolly notices. When the ball they're playing with goes up, Dolly takes it, and to get revenge on Sona, breaks her horse that she wrote, "Do not touch" on. She goes down and tells her the ball hit it and broke it. Sona goes up quickly in shock. When she sees it, she starts crying. Ram sees her and knows how much she loves this horse because it's a gift from her brother. Ram goes to comfort her and surprises her with the horse after he managed to fix it and decorated it to hide the cracks. She's very happy and knows he truly loves her. That's why she confesses her love to him, and he can't believe it. From that moment, they get closer and love takes over. While she's helping her friend get ready for the wedding day, her lover calls out to her. His eyes don't move from her, and he keeps talking romantically. He gets close, and she slaps him. He gets angry because it's the first time someone hit him. He's lived in luxury his whole life, and no one hit him before. He stays annoyed until she cries to make up with him. He hugs her because he loves her and is sure she loves him deeply and won't leave him. Rhea sees them and knows their love story now. The wedding day arrives. Ram finds out he's returning to Australia immediately after the wedding. He runs to his lover crying and tells her he won't be able to leave her and return. They hug because he has no one but her. Dolly sees this and gets very angry. She goes back to her room upset because a girl like this took Ram from her. His mother arrives and finds out he loves the poor girl. She decides to stop this farce. She calls him to keep him busy and tells him to go get jewelry for Rhea. She makes him leave. She goes to Sona to talk to her. She tells her she looks younger than her age, just to fool her son, and asks what her brother does. She says he's a farmer. The mother starts mocking her and her brother and gathers the whole family to see the girl whose brother is a peasant and wants to marry into a rich family like theirs. They all start bullying her. She walks away crying and broken, but her brother had arrived for the wedding. They hug and he doesn't know what's happening. Because he's a good person, he brought gifts for Rhea and her family. He goes to give them to her father, Prakash. Prakash takes them and throws them on the ground. He tells him he let his sister come to seduce rich guys to get a good marriage. This shocks Raju. He can't believe what he's hearing. He was about to hit him if his sister hadn't stopped him. Ram's mother tells him his sister is running after the rich man's son to marry him, and they refuse because he's marrying Prakash's daughter, and he must take her and leave. Raju tells them if it weren't for Rhea's wedding, he would have broken the wedding over their heads. He takes his sister and leaves. Rhea afterward is leaving with her husband, but she goes to Ram first and tells him to follow his heart. He runs quickly to Sona's room and finds she left her horse. He takes it to keep it. He goes to the airport to travel to Australia. Dolly is next to him trying to get close. He tells her he won't rely on his father's money and she must wait for him a few years until he's ready for marriage. She's shocked because she knows he's rich and wants his money. He tells her, "See, you can't wait a year or two, but Sona can wait 15 years. He returns with his mother to Australia, but we discover he didn't return with her. He managed to convince her to let him choose the one his heart loved. He goes to Sona's village to meet her. We see a man performing rituals for the anniversary of his mother's death. Sona sees Ram has arrived. She tries to tell him not to come because of her brother, but he comes and sits among them. The station manager who raised them is sitting there and asks who he belongs to. He brings out Sona's horse and says he knows her and came to hand over the horse. He interrupts her brother while he's doing the rituals. He gets annoyed. Ram goes after him and lets him know he came to apologize because he loves his sister. He's sorry for everything that happened. Raju asks if he loves her. He says yes. Raju tells him to come talk at the house. He takes him and gives him a beating, then kicks him out because of all that happened. The station manager talks to Raju and says they love each other. Raju lets him know Ram will be like his rich father, who after a while left his mother and threw them all in the street. He doesn't want the same thing that happened to his mother to happen to his sister. But he finds Ram has returned again. He was going to hit him if Ram hadn't dropped to his knees to beg him to forgive him because he loves his sister and can't leave her. But Raju refuses and tells him to leave before he makes things ugly. At that point, the manager intervenes and says he shouldn't deprive his sister of her love and she should choose her life partner. Raju has no choice but to agree, but on one condition. Ram stays with them here, farms the land, and becomes a man who can be relied on to see if he can beat Raju in farming or not. The manager intervenes again and says it's an unfair condition because Ram has never planted or harvested, unlike Raju, who's been farming for 20 years. But Raju wants to teach him some manhood because he's been a spoiled kid his whole life and needs to carry some responsibility. If he's up to it, only then can he marry his sister. Our guy agrees because he's ready to do anything for his lover. Raju's assistant takes him to teach him the basics of farming. He sleeps among the animals. Because he's not used to this, he lives the worst night of his life. At 6 a.m., he wakes up to start tending the animals and collecting their waste. All this while the assistant is laughing at him because he's soft. He also brings him food at the end of the day that's very spicy. Our spoiled guy can't handle it, but as soon as he sees Sona looking at him, he eats to show her he's not tired. As soon as she leaves, he runs to drink water because the food was very spicy. She reaches him and calms him because he's doing all this for her and wants to prove how much he loves her. Even though this isn't his life, he can live it just for her. From the next day, he starts loving his work to reach the one he loves. He's active and starts milking the cow while playing Dutch songs for it. His intelligence helps him in farming, and he's happy. From afar, the father of the guy who wants to marry Sona sees him, but this guy will take her from him because he's doing the impossible for his love. Also, he eats the spicy food with her next to him to encourage him and let him know she's by his side no matter what. After that, we see his father with his brother-in-law, and Prakash arrived in the village. Ram's father goes to fight with Sona, wanting to know where his son is, because he heard he's being put through a hard time here. A man comes and fights with him. He keeps insulting him and his sister until Ram's father gets angry and wanted to raise a weapon in their faces until Ram arrives. He calls out to his father, who asks what they did to him, and says, "Let's talk aside." Our guy lets him know he's doing all this for his love and that he must feel for other poor people because he lived most of his life in luxury. He tells him our life in Australia isn't like this, but Ram explains this is the life of the girl he loved and he must experience it. He even eats from their food. When his father tries it, he can't handle it and asks how he eats this food. He lets him know that love makes everything sweet, and for his lover, he can do the impossible. The station manager arrives and lets the father know this is the life his son is trying out, to know the worth of his lover, who will live with him. She also loves him to the point that in the temple, she prays every day for her lover to win this challenge, meaning she preferred her lover over her brother. The father goes to her at the temple and apologizes because he wronged her. He tells her she will be his son's wife. He hugs her and returns to his brother-in-law's house to take him and leave. He lets them know he finally agreed to this marriage, but the brother-in-law and his friend Prakash go crazy because the interest will fly away and Ram must marry Dolly so they can enjoy his money. Ram stays living the life of a simple farmer and looks after his field until the crops start growing. He's very happy, and his lover is with him, always encouraging him. He's doing all this for her, and they spend the most beautiful time together. Prakash and his daughter see this and go crazy. He calls Ram's mother and tells her to save her son, whom the girl has controlled, and wants him to be her servant and work in the field. She's convinced and tells him not to worry, she can solve this problem. She puts the girl in her head. At night, clouds gather. We see Ram in his land. Raju comes to him and asks what he's doing. He says it's going to rain soon, so he's making a channel to drain the water. Raju says he's an idiot, and those are just clouds and there's no rain. He's been farming for years and knows. At that moment, he's embarrassed because it actually starts raining. It turns out the beginner, Ram, was right. He was about to call the assistant to do his land, but Ram lets him know he did Raju's land first then did his own, because he was sure it would rain. Raju realizes Ram's level has improved and it looks like he'll lose this challenge. The next day, the manager calls him and lets him know his sister passed her exams. He goes to congratulate her and is very happy. She asks him to throw a party and feed the village people. Indeed, he does what she wants and gathers the villagers, including Ram. All this was for Ram, so he eats good food instead of the food he's been eating. He realizes how much she loves him and did all this for him. The guy who wanted to marry her is watching all this and is annoyed. He even sets fire to her photo because she didn't love him. He looks mentally ill. Prakash, on another side, meets someone and gives him money to destroy Ram's crop. At night, he gets ready to set it on fire, but another person appears. It's the guy who loves Sona and wants to burn her lover's crop, so he loses and doesn't marry her. But the animals attack him, so he gets burned, and the man Prakash sent also gets burned. The fire catches the place where the animals live. Ram wakes up with fire everywhere around him. He finds Raju and the rest putting out the fire. He gets the animals out quickly so they don't die. He forgets his bag inside, so he runs in quickly to get it and returns. This makes Raju angry at him because he almost died, but he discovers he went in to get Sona's horse instead of letting it burn. He realizes he truly loves her and looks like he'll start changing his mind. The next day, he and his sister are sitting in his field. Ram lets her know he loved the village very much and learned how to rely on himself. If he wins, he won't leave the village and will stay with them. Because of that, Prakash at night sends the man again to take from Ram's crop and put it in Raju's crop so Ram loses. The next day, sorting of the two crops starts. We see Raju at the temple praying. The manager tells him he's afraid to lose, so he's come to pray. He says he's praying for Ram to win because he took from his own crop and put it in Ram's crop because he confirmed Ram truly loves his sister, and this was the real test. Indeed, our guy wins and returns happy to see his lover. But men appear and kidnap Sona. The guy who wanted to marry her cooperated with Prakash, and they agreed to kidnap her so she marries this crazy guy. This way, Dolly can marry Ram and all parties win. But Sona's friend appears and takes her to escape. They enter an abandoned temple. They try to assault her, but her brother Raju arrives and enters a fight with the men. Also with him is Ram, who stood by him, until the crazy guy tried to assault Sona. Her brother runs to stop him, but Ram beats him to it and finishes him off before he touches her. Here Raju was sure no one would love his sister like Ram, so he takes the rap for this murder, and because of it, he enters prison for 7 years. We return to the first scene in the movie where he's telling the officer, who is very moved by his story. He goes out and finds his sister and Ram waiting for him because they wouldn't get married until he got out. Also, Ram's whole family comes to thank him because of this sacrifice since he didn't let their son go to prison. They were sure he wasn't after their money or anything. In the end, the two get married and their love story succeeds. And with that, our movie today ends.